In order to make it a little bit easier to see, I'm going to hide the things that we don't need to see from the body. So we're going to with shift down, I'm going to select the hair, the body, the eyes, and the mouth, and one of the legs. And then I'm just going to go to the right here, and I'm in my channel box. So if you are in your attribute editor or you are already in your channel box, you have to click this tab, the channel box layer editor, and then you see this menu here, and then there's this little blue ball, and basically what it does, it puts all of the selected objects that you have in a layer. So if we hit it, it creates a new layer, and we just hit V, and then we can hide the objects that we don't want to see. So this is easy just to focus only on the thing that you want to see. Now if we can take the leg and we select it, and we're going to move it to the side just for reference purpose, and then now we can start with the modeling. So the usual way I work is I start to either modeling from a cube or a plane, since I think that we can best start with a plane. So let's go to up here and go to create. We're going to go to poly primitive, and we're going to select plane. There it is. Now if I hit F, I'm going to zoom in on it, and as you see, there's a lot of lines and cubes, and that's basically the division rate of the object. Now if we are here in our channel box, we can just go to the polyplane tab, and if we click on this word, we get some more options. So we have the subdivision width and the subdivision height. Now we're going to put both of them to 3 and see how that looks. Now if we look at the object here, we don't need actually that much division, so let's just keep it, let's just make it all 0. So what the next step is going to be is we're going to select the object, and we're going to go to edge mode. So from the previous tutorial, you still remember, we right click with our mouse button and drag to hold and drag to the edge mode. Now we're going to select this edge, and I'm going to hit B. If this happens to you, if you see all these yellow lines, it basically means that soft selection is on. So if you hit B, you can turn it off. And we're going to cover that in a later tutorial. So let's say I want to extrude this edge outwards. Then I already can see that we forgot to add a tool to the tool set. So we're going to use a new tool. So with Ctrl and Shift down, I'm going to add it to the shelf. So we're going to go to Edit, and we're going to add Extrude. Now here is the new button, and that's the Extrude button. So if we click this, our cursor changes, or our manipulator changes, and with the green arrow we can move it sideways. Now if we select this edge again, or if we keep it selected, we can hit G, and by G, Maya repeats the last action that you did. So that's a really easy way to speed up your process. If I hit G again, I get the same action again. But I'm just going to undo that, Ctrl Z. And right now we have a plane that has 3 polygons. And I'm going to switch now to face mode. So again, with the right mouse button, hold down, and we hover over face, and we let go. Now we're going to select all the faces by dragging a selection, and then we're going to hit again the extrude button. And now we're going to use the blue arrow to move everything up. So let's go back to object mode, and we're going to select the object, and with the object selected, we're going to hit 3. Now you see that now it's going to already subdivide, so it's getting smooth. So you can see already that this is also nice and round, but if I select this object and I hit 1, you can see that this object is actually quite cubey, or like rough. But if I subdivide it with 3, it becomes round. Now this is the same thing here. So the object is still quite rough, but if I hit 3, it becomes round. So let's scale it up a bit by hitting R. I'm going to make it a bit bigger. And we're going to go to the vertex mode. Now the vertex mode is click and drag, hover over vertex and let go. Now and we're gonna drag a selection and we're gonna move up all of these vertices by hitting W, only in the yellow or in the green axis. And as you can see, we are already starting to form the base of our shoe. Now, in order to get this nice hard edge at the bottom, we're going to go to face mode, and the way I do it is I hold down Shift, I click, and I click, and I click, and then I make sure that on the other side there are not accidentally, I've selected some faces that I don't want. Now I have these faces selected, and if I hit 3, I can see the model in smooth mode, but if I hit extrude now, then I'm going to get this nice sharp edge. So let's go to object mode, and we can see already this resemblance starting to happen here. Now if we do the same thing, we can keep working in this soft or in this smooth mode. We can go back to face mode, and now we're selecting the top faces. So we're doing it again, boom. And now we are getting much closer already to this shape. So just clicking away, I'm just going to deselect everything, and we're going to just look a little bit. So if you see already, the shape is not entirely the same because it's a bit wider here. So let's just start doing that already, that little tweak. So I'm going to go to vertex mode, and I'm going to select from the top, looking from above, I'm going to select this row. I'm going to say, I'm going to hit R, and I'm just going to scale them out a bit, only in basically in this direction. So don't use this one, but just use this one. I'm going to do the same thing. Just going to drag a selection, and I'm just going to click on this yellow one. I'm just going to shape the geometry a bit, a little bit more here. And we go back to object mode, and that's nice. So as you can see here, this is a little bit sharper and this is a bit more round. So I'm just going to go to face mode, going to select these 3 faces again. I'm just going to move them up a bit, so you see that this is getting a little bit more round. Now we're going to move to the blue part, and in order to get this nice little hard edge here, we have to do a couple of extrudes. I'm going to just, with this face selected, I'm going to hit extrude, and I'm going to go to R, and I squeeze it in a little bit, and then I hit G to repeat the extrude option that we just did, and then I'm going to do one more extrusion, and then I'm going to move it up. And if we can just go back to object mode, then you can see now that we have this nice little crease here. We're going to shape it a bit better later, but for right now it's important to understand that the more edges, like these lines you have that are close together, they will make a nice harder edge. So let's go into vertex mode, and we're going to just move up these vertices. So I'm just dragging a selection, hitting W, and I'm going to move them up. So we get this similar shape here as well. And then now we have to go and model the rest of the leg. So I'm going to go to face mode. I'm going to select this face, the face at the end, and I'm going to hit extrude. Boom. I'm going to hit extrude again by using G on the keyboard. And one more time. And one more time. So the reason why I'm using a couple of extrudes is basically so that I have some division in the geometry, and this is going to come in hand later when we are doing the rigging. So let's go back to object mode. So if you maybe noticed by now, modeling is really easy. We already have one leg, and we only used one tool so far. So let's quickly go to the next tutorial where we will finalize the geometry and do some basic shading.